Hey guys, this is Huzaifa from my YouTube channel Positive Academy. Let's welcome our guest for today introducing Arundhati Nath, a visually challenged independent journalist, children's author, singer, writer, mentor, and content creator. She is based in Guwahati and has been published in The Guardian, the BBC News, Al Jazeera, and several other publications in 8 countries. She has authored 2 books for children and loves creating compelling content and copy for brands, coaches, and startups. She has been through 6 eye surgeries and has 90% disability, gone through grief and severe depression, but has healed and become stronger along the way. Let's listen to her story in her own words and know her better. Over to you, Arundhati Nath, and a warm welcome to my YouTube channel. Hey guys, this is Huzaifa from my YouTube channel Positive Academy. Today we have a special guest, Arundhati Nath. She is a content writer. She is a children author book, a journalist. So I welcome to my channel, Arundhati Nath. Over to you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me to this channel, Huzaifa. And
Yes,
I would like to talk a little bit about myself now. I'm a freelance journalist, children's author, content creator, and I'm visually impaired. Now, why am I talking about vision impairment? First of all, I'm talking about it because this academy that you have created is about positivity. And so,
yes,
first, I would like to talk about that a little bit. Um, I think most people face challenges in their lives, and I have also faced the challenges that have come my way. Uh, I have 90% vision impairment, and still I'm a writer. I quit my job at State Bank of India to write full time. Apart from freelancing, I freelance writing. I mean, I also sing. I have sung for Doordarshan and All India Radio as a junior radio artist,
that's
and
incredible. That's amazing.
thank you. Thank you. And other than that, the challenges that I have faced are like losing my mother at the very early age. I would not say early age, but still she was a big support for me. So losing her was a big pain point for me because she was a very
Yes,
big supporter in my case. And last year I
yes,
also lost 50 lakh rupees. I was conned by a person whom I trusted, which is a big loss. But I think I gave a lot of time to my healing, and I could not work for a long time because of that. But I'm now back to the field and I'm writing again. So I think that's how things are.
yes. I have few questions that have been prepared for me for you to ask. What made you stick to the path, overcoming the challenges? What made you stick to the path? Because
Um,
many of the people just suffer the challenges, they face the problem and they think that it's the end. Now they are not going anywhere. So what made you stick to whatever you are doing?
Okay. See, initially, until I was 18 years old, I did not know that I have a disability. I just thought it was an illness that I had that I had to live with. I did not consider it a disability at all until I was 18 years old. I
Yes,
had a very supportive environment in my school, particularly, and at my home. My mom was always telling me that even if you can't see properly, you have a lot of other talents. So please try to use those talents and never, slow down. Don't try to think that you are not lucky, or you should always work hard. That is something my mom had always told me. I think I followed her advice for a long time, and that is also one reason. My father is also very supportive. My school environment was very supportive. I went to a regular school. I did not go to a blind school or anything, so
that's
they were
great,
very
that's
very
great.
supportive.
So
So
when
yeah.
you go to this regular school, how does people treat you? People were treating you differently, or they were just telling as a normal person, treating you as a normal person? Did you overcome any kind of difficulty while in the normal school?
Uh, yes, there were some difficulties, of course. There are always difficulties in the normal school. But of course, since I can read a little bit, I mean, it is not like I'm completely blind. I can see to a certain extent, okay?
Okay.
I can read print in very close view. I have to look at the book from this distance, okay? Like that, I had to read. Like as a child, even now, it is like that. So my teachers and everyone was very helpful. Although some people might, they were very sympathetic also, that oh, she's so, like, she's having so much trouble. Will she be able to read? Will she be able to write? Will she be able to draw diagrams in exams? So those challenges were there, mathematics and all. Will she be able to do well in all those subjects?
Yes,
But
yes.
I did well, I think, in my studies. I scored 92.4% in my class 10 boards also.
Oh,
So
amazing. That's
it was
incredible.
like I worked very hard also, I will say, and my parents were very supportive.
Yeah, but first fundamental question is what has made you this disability? Was there any incident? Why are you disabled? What is
Um,
the reason?
I had cataract by birth.
Okay.
It is bilateral congenital cataract, which means you have cataract in both the eyes as a baby. Like when I was born, only I was born with this condition. But my mother's doctor could not diagnose it here. So I have gone through like 6, 7 surgeries till now.
Oh my God.
Although like the full vision could not come back, of course, but I have around 25% vision in my left eye and zero vision in the right eye, almost zero in the right eye. So it's very less. So that is the reason why I have a disability.
Yeah. Do you visualize your success where you are standing? Do you visualize it, or you have achieved so many incredible things in your life? So what is your secret?
I didn't understand. You mean what I want to achieve more in the future?
No, no, you have achieved so much till now, right? Having such
All
this
right.
disability also. So do you visualize that? How do you see yourself in that
I
path?
don't feel I'm very successful yet. I have a lot more to do. I'm 33 years old, so I think I have a lot more to do. But till now, whatever I have done, see, I have left a job at a prestigious organization. Although I left it because I was not very satisfied with the kind of monotony that I had at my job. I learned a lot there. The in a bank you learn a lot of financial discipline. You learn how to be on
Yes,
time and all those things. So that
yes,
really taught me a lot about marketing also. So now when I'm writing also, I get a lot of inspiration from that job. Plus I was writing also when I was working full time. So I built my portfolio that way. Evenings I would write, the daytime I would go to work. In the evenings I'd come back at home, I'll write and build my portfolio. Only after working for 6.5 years I left my job. So yeah, visualize, yes, I do a lot of manifestations and visualizations. Right now I'm doing them, but more
yes,
than that, I think your work matters, your action matters more than anything else.
yes, yes. What made you choose this field? I mean, writing was you are born with these writing skills, or what made you choose that this type of career? Because at one
I
point
think
of time
all
you were
I
there, you were in banking, but now it's suddenly
Yes.
you are also writer. So what made you choose that?
I have always loved writing and singing. Music is also one of my biggest passions. I was the best singer in my college also.
Oh my God.
But banking, actually, I'm a commerce graduate, so I have no link to writing in the academic field. I have not done any graduation or any degrees in literature or journalism or in um, any form of media communications. But this is something I have always loved, writing. I love reading a lot. I read a lot of books, variety of books or newsletters or whatever. I love reading. So that is I think something that has eventually happened. I love reading, writing, and I found blogs online which taught me how to go freelance. And then I have been able to crack publications like the Guardian, BBC, Al Jazeera, all these magazines and newspapers. And a lot of Indian publications also, the Hindu, Mint Launch. I have written for most of them here, I think. So that
Amazing,
is one
incredible. Your
thing.
story is really incredible. I mean, it will inspire people that you, when you are after your dreams and passion, you can do anything.
Right. Thank you.
Yes, life is a journey. Everyone suffers, but very few stands out against the odd, and you are one of them. And what makes you strong in this path?
I think my community of very strong people who have been with me throughout this journey. It was my mother, my father, my family members, and a few friends who are very close. My writing community. These people have always encouraged me. I think without them, I wouldn't be anywhere. And my school friends also, some of them who have helped me a lot in the way during those times. Especially my best friend Ashmita. She was someone who has helped me so much. Like when the people would write on the blackboard, I could not read the blackboard at all. Even from the first bench, I was not able to read it. But she would dictate
Yes,
the contents on the board to me, and then I would used to take down notes. My teachers, everybody, my colleagues in my workplace, everyone. I owe whatever I have done. I think till today is because of the people that are in my life.
yes, yes. And now also you are doing reading and writing, right? So how do you do that? I mean, as you told that you are
Uh,
having very less visibility, how
Yes,
how do you
yes,
tackle that?
yes. Many visually impaired people they learn through the use of screen readers. Screen reading is a readers are softwares which dictate whatever is on the screen to you. I did learn screen readers, but I found it very very difficult because I was not used to it at all. I was always used to reading from very close view. So nowadays, what I do is I use a lot of voice to text or voice messaging in regular chats or all those things. In when people send me texts on WhatsApp, I would respond with a voice note. It's easier for me, so I do that.
Yes,
I tell
yes,
people that it is more preferable than texting too much typing and all that. And I also use a lot of Google Docs on my phone where I can use voice to text, but typing also we can manage. Of course, I have seen many blind people who type very very fast. I am not very fast at typing. In fact, I am a slow writer, I would say.
yes,
But reading, of course, I'm still doing a lot of manual reading with the eyes only, but I'm trying to gradually shift to audiobooks and podcasts and all those things.
yes, yes. It's incredible. What advice do you have for failure? What advice would you like to have
I
about
think it
failure?
is better to accept failure. I think many people think that failure is a bad thing, but I would think otherwise. Yeah, it happens to everyone. We tried something, you failed, you try again. Why not? I mean, see, if after I lost that 50 lakh rupees last year, I was devastated. I thought I'll never be able to write again, do anything again. But what happened? Ultimately, I took a long time. It took me months to get over that. I went to therapy, I went through medication, but ultimately, I healed myself. So that is what we have to go on, like if you fail, you have to get up again, just like little children. If you look at children, I write a lot on children. I'm a children's
Yes,
author myself. So when they fall, when they first learn to walk, everyone learns anything by birth. You
yes, yes,
first come to the world, you know nothing. The baby, they try to, even if they fall, they will laugh and they will again try to get up. So that is how I think we adults also should look at life.
yes. Have you ever come any challenges in your job? Like you were working for top level organizations, so due to this your problem, there might be some challenges. So would you like to share some kind of experience regarding that?
State Bank was a very, very good organization to work with. They are very friendly towards women as well as towards people with disabilities. I think State Bank of India employs a big number of people with disabilities, and they have tried everything to support us. Like they even provided us the software which is needed called Job Access with Speech. It is called JAWS in short. So that way it was very very supportive for me, but I did not like the monotony of the job. That is the only reason I think I left the job. But other than that, yeah, there were some people who, you were very sympathetic, that okay, how will you work like this? Or some customers also sometimes they will
Yes, yes,
they will feel like, you can't see
yes,
only how will you work in the bank, monetary
yes,
handling is
yes,
there. So all those things were there. But overall, State Bank was a very good organization. I owe a lot to that.
yes, yes. I have also seen that you provide coaching for writing also now.
Yes.
So can you?
Coaching, yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about that. I
Yes,
did some journaling related coaching also. Like I ran a batch of 10 students who learn how to journal. Journaling is not exactly writing for publication. Journaling is more about healing yourself. That is something I did once. And coaching for writers, I teach people who are already at a level where they can write. I wouldn't be teaching grammar and all that, but I
yes,
mean for adults. And I teach them how to write for publication, like for magazines or newspapers abroad, how to approach editors, how to work with editors, how to write content that is good for your audience, how to make people more how to grab their attention. Those kind of things I teach. And children, of
yes,
course, children also later, because I love interacting with children. I had also volunteered with children's schools earlier, like underprivileged children and all. So that is something in the works. I'll do that later on.
yes. How this your talent came out? Like people were not knowing you before, but how you get your talent out in the world. For example, if there is someone who is having experience and skills just like you, and he or she just wants to get out in the world, what would you say regarding that?
It depends what talent it is. For example, I also love singing a lot, and I plan to do a lot of singing also, like recording some songs and all later on. Although I have not done much now, but I will do
Yes.
that. But for that, for your talent to develop, I think most people have some or something or the other in them, some form of talent everybody has, but people don't give time to that. I think you have to give some time to your talent or to your hobby or whatever it is, if you want to flourish, if you want to that thing to grow.
Yeah,
Because even if
because
you're very good at something but you don't practice it, then it's not going to work.
yes, because I have seen people who were just talented, but their talent didn't show up,
Yes,
and they
yes, yes. There are
just
many people like that.
yes,
I have also seen, but I advise them that give some time to it. You know, just try to you can go on a 30-day challenge, and every day 1 hour at least I will dedicate to my hobby or whatever I want to do. Then only
yes,
that thing will, because your upscaling is very necessary in any kind of hobby. Not only because you want to monetize it or something, but also so to become better at it.
yes, yes. Right. Practice makes man perfect.
Yeah.
You are also grown to severe depression. So, would you
Yes.
like to give any advice regarding that?
I have had gone through
And
depression
and
earlier,
what led
and
you to this depression? What was the major cause, and
there are
have you
multiple
overcome it?
reasons. There are multiple reasons. Sometimes I
Yes,
also had this feeling that, okay, am I inferior to people who are fully sighted? That was also one reason at some point of time. Recently, I lost a lot of money because of that. It was there. I lost my
yes,
mother also to cancer. So many reasons are there. But now I think I've healed a lot, especially after my therapy sessions. I did inner child healing with my therapist, Supriya, and
yes,
that helped a lot. I think, and she had a program where she gave me prompts. There were individual sessions and group sessions also, and there were writing sessions also, like journaling prompts, and that really helped me heal. So I think people should not shy away from taking help from a therapist or even a psychiatrist if required, because the mental health is very important. People, if you have a
yes,
fever today, you are okay telling people that, okay, I have fever, but if you are not feeling mentally well or emotionally unwell, you are not prone to tell people that, okay, I'm not feeling well today, I can't do this or something like that. But I think if you don't say something, people will not know, and if you don't ask for something, you will not get it. So that is very important.
yes, yes. I have also heard that you create compelling content and copy for brands, coaches, and startup also.
Yes,
So,
yes.
can you
I was
just throw
working
some?
on a few things like parenting. Like I have worked with Indian Moms Connect. Now they are called Toka Box. I used to write parenting blogs for them, and I have worked for another recycling company also, which recycles products. I don't want to name them right now. And I'm also now booking calls with other people who are willing to work with me. So yeah, a few brands as well, and mostly publications and. Brand work, I want to improve it now because I'm learning more of copywriting now, and although I will continue with features, which I really love doing features, so that is something I'll continue doing. But I will want to add more content copy and children's writing, and I also translate, by the way, from English Assamese to English, but that is something I do very less of, not so much.
Yes, how do you manage time doing all these activities? Because
uh
you are involved in so much. So, how do you give your time? And you might be having your family thing also. So, how do you manage all
Yeah.
this?
I think more than time management nowadays, this is coming up a lot. I think energy management is important. You might have a lot
Yes,
of time, but if you don't have the energy to do something, then it goes waste. You can't work like
yes,
that. So I nowadays, like after I have healed from my that incident, I try to wake up early, and I have been able to wake up early also. And I try to do the most important thing in the first few hours of my day. I always do my meditation first, then I do the most important tasks that I have. I'm also learning some Japanese, by the way, from
oh my
Duolingo.
god, that's really great. That's really
I like doing
amazing.
new things.
So
I like.
much talent and skills you are having. It's really great. People would like to love.
It's a fun app,
People would love
actually.
it.
I think people can learn a lot
Yeah,
from Duolingo. So
yeah, yeah.
I try to do the most important things first. Then gradually, like the less important the task is, that it gets later in the day. And I
Yes,
like to read every day a little bit. At least I will try to read a book or newsletter, whatever. And I try to upskill myself also on a regular basis. If not daily, at least weekly, I'll try to learn something new or take a class or course or something. Now also I have taken a course where I'm upskilling myself. So yeah, that's how I manage my time. Family also,
okay.
I have my dad right now with me. So yeah, we we are happy to be. doing this together, and he's also very supportive in my work. So yeah, I'm doing well.
Yeah, who is your role model? Because
Ah,
everyone who is talented, who has reached certain level of success, they just try to admire someone, or consider them as a other person as a role model. So who according to you is your role model?
I don't have one role model. I think first of all would be my parents, and then I have different role models for different activities. I would admire Ruskin Bond for his children's writing. I would admire maybe Lataji for her singing. It's a mix. I won't say just one person, and I have a lot of role models to follow. But I feel that we should not be copying someone directly. We should be more individualistic in our approach towards success or towards whatever we do, so that we are not
Yes,
blindly
yes,
copying someone. We should take inspiration, learn from them, but also create our own version of ourselves.
yes, yes. Right, because we are unique in our own self. Just
Right,
like
right. No
I
one
am
can
unique,
be
you are unique.
asked.
Yes.
Yes,
No two-person can be same.
yes, yes.
Would you like to advise someone who just want to be a writer or journalist?
First of all, be a writer, then be a journalist, I would say. For writing, I think there are a lot of good books and blogs online that people can read, and depending on what they want to write or read. For example, I really like the book called On Writing Well by William Dinser and the Elements of Style. These two books, if I think I mentioned these two to you also. So
Yes, yes,
if someone just wants to get started in non-fiction writing, non-fiction is, I think, a little easier than fiction, but not for everybody. Of course, some people would prefer to write fiction only. So these two books, if they start with them, then they will get a solid foundation on how to build your non-fiction writing. Then they can go on to writing other things, profiles or trend pieces and all that, and then they can learn about pitching, how to approach editors, and how to write, that. But daily practice of writing is very important, I believe, and reading widely is important, and
yes,
observing
yes,
how other writers are tackling a topic.
yes, right. Uh, I'm sorry to ask, but there is one question which I am just asking. What would
Yeah.
be the thing if you are properly 100% as a normal person? Would you be achieving more success? Would you be totally different person than you are right now?
I don't think so, because I have seen many people who have like don't have a disability. I won't say normal, abnormal. They might not have a disability, but they don't have the that inspiration. Maybe if I wouldn't have had this disability, this issue, then I would not have been so adamant to try harder. That is something I think I would have been at State Bank of India in sitting in the bank only. I don't think I would have left the bank or try to do something different, because I wanted to prove to the people also that see, just because I have a disability does not mean that I cannot do this or that. And
Yes,
people
yes,
often told me that you should be a singer only, and many visually impaired people have faced this issue. They are told that you should be singers. Because it is a you don't have to look at anything, you just sing. It's like that.
yes,
But I
yes, yes,
wanted to I want to see visually impaired people doing well in other fields, and there are many many people doing that. So not only in terms of vision impairment, but in other types of disabilities also, they are doing a lot of good work. You just look at Arunima Sinha; she has climbed Mount Everest, and she
yes,
doesn't have one leg. So,
yes, yes,
I think disability in some ways it has, yeah, there are problems, but I think everyone has some form of challenge in their lives. It could be family relationships,
yes,
it could be
yes,
finances. I don't think I would be a very different person if I would have been fully sighted, because now last year I even went to Bangalore to learn mobility at Mitra Jyoti. It's an NGO where I learned how to travel as a person with disability alone, and I have traveled also alone. So
okay,
it's difficult, of course, but I have learned using the white cane and everything. And I nowadays I don't even feel shy that I have a disability. To tell people I don't feel anything. I just tell people that this is my issue. You have to support me. If I need any support, I ask for help. So that's the thing.
yes. It is said that when you are having some kind of problem, and if you share with the world, it doesn't mean you have become smaller, but in fact you have just disclosed your weak point, and now no one can beat you.
Right.
That is also said, yes. If anything you would like to add from your end, I would be definitely happy.
What should I add? I think the most
And
important thing that I would like to tell everybody is that don't give up so easily on your dreams. Even if you're working on a full time job and you want to do something on the side, please take up at least 1 hour, though you can always spare in your time.
yes,
Everybody has 24 hours, no one has more or less of that. See, when I was working with a bank, also I had a very small time frame where I could build my portfolio, but I did it ultimately. So I'm not saying everyone can leave their job like that only because my parents were working at that time, so I had that financial backup a little bit at
yes,
least,
yes,
and I had built up my little savings for 6 years, so I could leave the job a little without a lot of risk, I would say. So I won't advise that everybody should quit their jobs and go after their passions. No, that is not right also. But
yes,
I would say that give your dreams, if you have a dream or if you have want to do something, whether it's traveling, whether it's photography, writing, whatever, try to do between your main job or when you have some time. Don't just leave it like that, because
yes, yes,
because ultimately we are heading towards death, and one day we will be regretted that we did not do what we were meant to do.
yes, yes, right. I would like to show you her site. She has built her site. So if you go to this, I'm sharing the screen. So if you go to this site, you will find at arundhatinath.com, and she has just created her portfolio. You will find all the details regarding her journalism, children's books, essays, translated work, as well as testimonials. So this was Arundhati Nath on our channel. If you just want to add something, ma'am, you can just add here, or else we can wrap up.
um, yeah, if anyone wants to get in touch with me, just say hello, or if you want a writer for your business or publication, just get in touch with me at my email address, that is natharundhati@gmail.com. It's on my website as well, and I would love to hear from from the viewers as well, so please do drop an email. Thank you so much, Huzaifa.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome to my channel and have a great day.
Thank you.